Morning, y'all. How's it going? So, I just finished up with 2 workouts this morning. I'm way behind on my workouts. I'm 3 days behind on my workouts. So that's a bummer. 3 days over the last 2 weeks. I still worked out for 3 days though last week, so that's like good. But yeah. I'm also like really busy, so I don't know how up to date I'm gonna be with my workouts, which is a bummer. But we're gonna do our best and finish up this month 2 strong. Month 2 should be done right after Thanksgiving, so we'll see. It's gonna be a busy time with filming, with Friendsgiving, all this stuff like that. So, and then editing. But we'll make time. I mean, it should only be 30 minutes a day, but since I have to double up on some of these, it's 1 hour at least, because I also have to stretch afterwards and stuff. But I mean, I should be able to put that time out just for working out and staying like physically active. So yeah, other than that, this morning I just dealt with a lot of emailing and scheduling again. I've been able to schedule most of the dates for filming, so we're good with that. I'm still casting for 2 more parts. I got an email this morning for a location possibly for one of the scenes that I've been like location scouting for. So we're really close, really close. So yeah, also received a lot of like great feedback last night. Like I said in my conclusion for the PSA and screenplay. So yeah, and just speaking about the topic of gender bias, gender discrepancy, and gender inequality. So yeah, I appreciate everyone again who has been very helpful and productive in terms of working on this project with me. I know that like I've been seeming really stressed when I'm on camera, and that's mainly just because like just working for like several hours of the day, just with all of this stuff on top of like filming other projects and then taking classes, everything like that. So I just want to like really show my appreciation and thanks for everyone involved. I am having a lot of fun while I'm doing all of this, and I don't like, I'm not like sad about doing any of this stuff. I'm just like very tired, but I mean, I'm really excited and I'm really happy that people are willing to work with me. In the future, I would definitely love to work with a larger set of people, just so I can allocate some of the responsibilities to other people to make like life a little bit easier. But as of right now, since like I'm just starting out, obviously I have to do everything myself. And I mean, it's part of the grind, it's part of the process, and I gotta do what I can to be willing to learn and be willing to create. So yeah, thank you all so much, seriously. Thank you everybody who is helping this message come to life, and I really appreciate you. Cool, all right, other than that, like I said, just finished up with my workout. Today is technically speaking, day 44. Day 44, yeah, today is technically speaking day 44 of the Insanity workout. But I have not been keeping up today. Like, when I was working out today, I felt exhausted. I was doing one of the cardio exercises, the sweat exercise, and like, I was exhausted. Then afterwards I did the pulse, but like, my breathing was off, like my cardio was off. My strength is still like kind of there, so that's like nice, but it's just like the breathing was off, which sucked, because like the last month and a half the breathing has gotten a lot better, and now because of like the inconsistency of like keeping up with the cardio, I had a little bit tough time today in terms of like controlling my breath. So it is what it is, but we just got to keep working through it. So I'm supposed to be doing a couple more 2-day workouts to catch up, so we'll see what happens. But cool, I'm not gonna make any promises. All right, so day 45, right? Yeah, day 44. Day 44, let's do this body check. All right, cool. All right, day 44, let's do this body check. So honestly, like I don't feel terrible about my body. It's not like I've gotten like thicker on the sides, and like structure is still like just about the same as it used to be. We haven't really grown too much fat here, but I feel like it has like a little bit grown, a tiny bit. But overall, like we're kind of like at a standstill in terms of like the body progression. So we just got to keep working through it, and yeah, just doing what we're doing. So cool. All right, dope. I'm gonna go ahead and eat some food, but yeah, I have a meeting in about 3 hours with a newer actor, and yeah, other than that, that's about it. So I gotta upload my vlogs, so I have 3 uploads today. I already edited the 2 of them that I was supposed to upload the last 2 days, so I already edited those, so I do need to upload those, and I need to upload the new one for today. So there's gonna be a mass upload today, so sorry about that, but we should be back on point. It's not like I don't have the videos ready, so yeah. I am exhausted. I am so exhausted. Today was a very busy day. My eyes hurt. I've been staring at the screen way too long. Worked a lot on the PSA. Had a lot of conversations about the PSA with people who have reviewed. So yeah, it's just like, yeah, it's just been really busy. So let's see. Let's break down some of the things that happened today. I had my meeting with a new friend who is also new in acting, and we just kind of talked about like the path of acting, and like things of that sort, like resources, issues, like what our goals and aspirations are, reasons for acting and all this stuff like that. So it was a very interesting conversation. It was really nice to hear his perspective, really inspiring to hear his story as well. And it's also nice to just know that there's someone who's like approached the path a similar route that I have. It makes me feel a little bit less alone, which is nice, so cool. So that was a really dope discussion. He shared a lot of resources with me. I shared a lot of resources with him. So it was really cool to just like go back and forth with him. So that was a really dope meeting earlier today. Other than that, just like doing a lot of scheduling stuff and casting stuff. I have mostly everything casted and scheduled. The one thing is just there's one scene that I don't have casted. I have 2 people like on the border right now. But yeah, 2 people on the border right now of it, and I'm just trying to work through it. So we'll see. It's I just need to hear some responses, but hopefully I can get those responses soon, because like I definitely want to like finish up with like my concerns about casting. But yeah, so that's it. Other than that, I have everything ready and set to go. I'm ready to film, ready to edit. Spent like a lot of time messaging somebody about the PSA, and like got a lot of feedback from it, and I really appreciate it. There are a lot of things that like personally, as I've been reading the PSA over and over again, it's like things I want to change, things I want to edit. Right now I'm on the 6th version of it. The version that she had read was 3 versions earlier. But this 6th version is based off of like edits from the feedback that I received today from her. But before that I was on version 5. So the version that she saw was like 2 versions older. So some of those issues that she had brought up have already been resolved. But there are definitely still like a few more things that like that she pointed out for me to work on. And I definitely did. I'm trying to find like proper phrasing for certain like topics that I want to discuss. But doing it in a like a narrative type of way rather than like a very direct sort of way. So it's like I want to leave a lot of open interpretation for thought, for thinking, and things of that sort. Because I don't want to press ideals onto people. I want to invoke thought into people's heads, and like allow people to formulate their opinions and question their current trains of thoughts. If this type of PSA would cause that questioning to happen. So so certain like directional things I kept like the way I've written, but like in terms of like getting the proper like terminologies,
and perspective written, definitely have taken note of those things. There are a lot of like differences of opinions in terms of scenes, but I can't rework the scenes. The scenes are already like casted. The scenes are already like location scouted and they're already scheduled. So it's like the scenes are going to be the way that the scenes are. So I know that like some of them might leave questionability up for the for the PSA, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it turns out at the end of it. So like this is it's been very high pressure that I've given myself, because like every time I decide to do like a project like this on a social topic that I care about, I definitely like am really focused on trying to get the right message across and make sure that like the words like aren't misconstrued. So definitely like taking a lot of time to focus in and work on my wordings of things. And I really appreciate the feedback from everybody, because it's given me a lot to think about and it's given me a lot of insight into the female perspective, because I do want it to be like an empowering sort of like PSA for women, but as well as like address societal issues that women do face, because it's like I do want to ground that sort of like reality, the realism of like how things are in our society right now. I feel like if this was a younger me from like 4 years ago and I had like written this PSA, it would definitely be a lot more on the empowerment side, a lot more on the hopeful and optimistic and encouraging side. But the me now realizes that like although I would like that's the ultimate goal at the end of the day, that I do need to ground things in reality, because that's what people cling to. That's not only is that what people cling to, but that's like how we can like really like start digging at how to resolve the issues. Because if you're throwing out ideals without like the basis of what the actual issue is in society, it's it's just ideals being thrown around, with no base. But if we can like attack the issues at hand and address them, that's the first step. So the first step is to like incite that sort of like questioning of train of thought. And I think from there we can like figure out what the perspectives and opinions are on the issue. And then from invoking those types of discussions, we can figure out ways to resolve the issue. So it's like it's a matter of bringing these things to light and bringing these things to discussion, because like we don't want to force feed people as well, because no one wants to be force fed anything. People want to discover, people want to discover for themselves what they think, and I think like in terms of like a lot of my projects, that's how I want, like a lot of my narrative projects, that's like the goal. The goal is to allow people to think for themselves and formulate their own opinions about the story and what's being said, because I don't want to give someone that thing of like what they should be thinking about. I want to instead like spark the question to find their own opinion on it. And I want like I will be giving like tidbits of information here and there of like and guidance, but won't be like force feeding like the ideals and stuff. So it's like that's just my whole way of like approaching everything, because like I've learned just from dealing with people in general, and working with people in general, like there is a way that can that multiple perspectives can find a similar sort of resolution to an issue. So yeah, and when you do things in a more like sort of like open-ended but like guided way, it's like it can lead to more fruitful results, in my opinion. Yeah, because then like everyone who decides on this issue is more educated. So because knowledge is like the first step. So yeah, so I hope that that's kind of like the image that I can portray in the messages that I can kind of portray with this PSA. So I know I've been talking for a long time, so I'm gonna like call it a night. I'm super exhausted, but yeah, I'm just excited to start filming. Filming will begin on Friday, and it's just gonna go straight until like next Saturday or next Sunday. So it's gonna be non-stop filming until next Sunday. So, and then by next Sunday, we should be done with filming, and that will leave me like next Sunday at the latest will be when we're done with filming, and then Sunday and Monday I'm just like completely editing completely. So yeah. All right, dope. This was really long, but thank you guys for watching. Love you guys, and have a good night. Peace.